My name is Sue Pai Yang. We pronounce it Yang, Y-A-N-G. Although your mom and aunt say Yang because they were born here, but we pronounce it the Chinese way, Yang. I was born in China during the war, World War II, in Chongqing, China, and then after the war we moved back to Nanjing, where my father was a professor at National Nanjing University. And then when I was 8 years old, I went with my mother and my three brothers by boat to America to join my father, who at that point was a professor at University of Maryland. So from age 8 until I graduated from college, I lived in Maryland.
Okay.
In the early 70s, right? The civil rights movement had just began. We attended a meeting, an organizational meeting of an organization called the Pacific Asian Coalition. So we came back with that idea. They gave us funding. There was some federal funding that was given to everybody. And we came back and we said, okay, how do we organize the Asian American community? Back in those days, you know, like the Chinese didn't mix with the Koreans, didn't mix with the Vietnamese, didn't mix with the Japanese. Everybody stayed in their own. So what we did was we decided, okay, let's get everybody together and have Asian awareness festivals. So we worked so hard, day and night, for months and months. And we were the first group to organize all the Asian Americans, and that was a new term, Asian American, just started, you know, back then in the 70s. And when the Heritage Festival, we were the first to do such a thing, and so we got like big coverage in the Star Ledger, which is the New Jersey newspaper. Mm-hmm. And then year after year we had these festivals, and a lot of newspapers covered it. What we soon realized, all of us, or many of us, felt discrimination on the job. You know, we weren't promoted to be leaders. Mm-hmm. You know, we were considered to be good workers, but rarely got the opportunity to hold leadership positions. And then, so we had to learn, we had these, consciousness-raising workshops to say, okay, what is it that we have to do? What is it that we have to be aware of? And when should we speak up? You know, because sometimes Asian Americans are too quiet, they don't speak up. And that's what eventually led me to law school. Secretary of State Jane Bergio recommended me to Judge Loftus, and so Judge Loftus hired me as a clerk when I graduated from law school. And I became the first Asian American Deputy Attorney General working in the law division. After 3 or 4 years, you know, they were downsizing and they were letting go of Deputy Attorney General, so, you know, I was downsized. And then that's when I started my home practice. I was chair of the Minority Attorney Committee of the State Bar. We fought for minorities to be on the Board of Trustees. When I was nominated by the governor to be a Superior Court judge, you have to get, at that point, you had to get approval by the New Jersey State Bar Association. But because I fought with them, they found me unqualified. So instead, the governor appointed me to be a workers' comp judge. As a result of my involvement, and I didn't even realize this, but my 2 daughters became lawyers. You know, like Arlene, she decided to go into environmental law, you know, and now she's an employer attorney. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, Jenny became an employee, focused, I guess, on employees. And then, you know, Obama appointed her to be chair of the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. And then now Biden's appointed her to be a director in the Department of Labor. Mm-hmm. So, so I said, okay, I'm very happy because the next generation is taking over to work on fairness for all in the workplace.